Okay, so new team, new me. We're gonna keep it going with this team. I played a test battle. It didn't go well. I literally was like, I'm gonna play a test battle. And then in the end, my opponent first turn wakes, gets a protect, and then their other Pokemon doesn't get flinched by Serene Grace Air Slash. And I was like, man, that's unfortunate I wasn't recording. I like documenting hacks. But the team looks good. The team looks good. It literally is physically impossible for it to be worse than the last team. So we're gonna make it work. We got a regular Hitmontop with Bullet Punch, Weakness Policy Togekiss, which is going to have its Weakness Policy activated by my own Pokemon. We're keeping the trusty Amoongus. It was the only good part of the team, I gotta be honest. And we've got Excadrill Tyranitar. Excadrill's Mold Breaker this time though. It's not Sand Rush. Anyone who watched the previous episodes knows I was kind of into Life Orb Dragapult. I was like, trying to think, what does it do? Why is it so good? And what I came to the conclusion of was it's kind of busted. Like, I think that in proper situations, it is one of, if not the best late game sweepers. So, you know, we're trying to make it work this time. This is our other mode, though, with the Hitmontop and Togekiss. They've got double Intimidate, which is fine, whatever. We've got a special attacking Togekiss that does not mind even a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Bullet Punch ourselves and max Airstream the Arcanine right away. No holding back. I've been trying to play a little too defensive. So some games you try to play defensive and you get rolled over for it. One of the things I'm working on personally is identifying when I should go offensive and when I should go defensive. Cause this meta is whack. Here's a big reveal, by the way. We're max speed timid on Togekiss. So the fact that they're Dynamaxing first means they're max speed jolly. Because we hit 145, they hit 146. It's weird that they Dynamax too. They're Dynamaxing a -1 attack Gyarados. And I mean, yeah, maybe their Airstream takes out my Hitmontop. I don't know. -1. -1, I don't really know. It would be an interesting calc to look at. I mean, we're going to get a chance to look at it right now. But if we live their Airstream, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Like I said, we're going to Bullet Punch ourselves because I want the Weakness Policy. I don't need to wait for my opponent to give it to me. I'm going to take it right now. They're going to Snarl. Togekiss avoids. I mean, obviously that sucks for my opponent, but like... Am I supposed to feel bad? After all that's happened to me on this channel, am I supposed to feel bad? Because, like, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. You get hacked, and you hacks back sometimes. And like I was going to say, though, is some hacks matters more than other hacks. I don't think that mattered too much. Because +1 Airstream still probably gets the Arcanine knockout. So what do I care? He may have missed, but I don't even think it affects him as much as the stuff that happens to me affects us. So we're going to take it and run with it. Because I think that we can definitely capitalize. So we're going to go Amoongus. Because Amoongus puts us in a generally good spot against the Porygon, which is actually exactly what I was worried about. That's funny. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Spore Porygon and Airstream Gyarados. The Airstream won't knock out, but it's going to do a ton of damage. And at this point, they might also Airstream the Amoongus. We're still rocking that Koba Berry, you know we are. My favorite item on Amoongus. Yeah, look at that. No damage. No damage at all. They are going to boost up their speed on Porygon. So even though we're going to go next with an Airstream, we should actually be outsped by the Porygon, which is kind of weird. So we do like 70% with an Airstream. Like I said, even if they hit that Snarl, I'm pretty sure we knock out Arcanine. We still do half damage to Gyarados. What could go wrong? They Icy Wind. Gotcha. So Icy Wind Porygon 2. Fair enough. I mean, that doesn't really affect this matchup that much. We're going to Spore Porygon. And at this point, like, I'm not certain of it, but I think my Tyranitar should be able to just clean this one up. Because we're going to go Tyranitar. And we're going Tyranitar because my opponent is most likely going to Airstream into the Amoongus slot. And so, why not switch out, take no damage, and get some Regenerator while we're at it? Regenerator being such a good ability. Why not just get that Regenerator? So we switch out. Like I said, Sandstream activating. The Sandstream activating doesn't matter too much. It's mostly switching into this Airstream and stopping any crazy stuff from happening, like me losing a Pokemon, which would be really crazy and bad. And we don't want that. So we're switching in. We're going to be Airstreaming, knocking out the Gyarados. We could have saved the Gyarados. We could have allowed us to KO with Rock Slide later, but there was no guarantee that it didn't just like Waterfall flinch us or something. So getting rid of it right now is absolutely the best way to, you know, set up for the late game. Porygon also, for those who don't know, when you put somebody to sleep, they have to take one guaranteed turn of sleep. So Porygon was forced to sleep that turn, because if you move before you're put to sleep, you actually are forced to stay asleep the next turn. So Cinderace is the last Pokemon. Okay. I mean, what I think we do here is we just Rock Slide, and since I've got the +2, we'll Rock Slide, and we'll just Air Slash. We lose this game if we miss Air Slash and they first turn Wake. Okay, we hit, so I think we just knock out and win. Okay. A lucky game? No way, no way, no way. We dodge the Snarl and hit the Air Slash? What kind of obscene luck is that? That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Like I said, I'm jokingly sounding salty, but it really is just absurd. I'm sure everyone can agree. So we Rock Slide. They do first turn Wake, which is, and I don't know the exact math, but I believe it's either 25 or 33% chance. So they basically just hit a fissure, you know, something that never happens, but it happens. So here we're gonna Rock Slide and Air Slash. I could Dazzle, but I think that Air Slash is just better. I don't know for Serene Grace on this, but we get a flinch. It's either a 60 or 30% chance. Knock out the Porygon, and we finally... Oh no. We won the first game. That means another 1 in 5 is lined up. Yay! Super excited to record the next 2 episodes and our next game here, just to go 1 in 5. Because we usually lose the first game, and then we usually make a really good comeback. But now, we won the first game. So what the heck does that mean for the future of our career with this team? I don't know. I really don't. But whatever it is, we're going to find out soon enough as we get our next game versus Clay right away. Immediately. Clay's going to have a triple starter team. I feel like that's the meta now, right? It's like Rillaboom Primarina, and then a fire starter, Instant or Cinderace, and then like Sand Togekiss. That's literally the meta. It's so frustrating to play against. So my opponent having... Well, you know, they're pretty weak to Hitmontop Togekiss, I gotta be honest. Hitmontop covers the 3 fighting weaks, Tyranitar, Excadrill, and Incineroar. Togekiss does really well against the Rillaboom and kind of against the Togekiss. Primarina is the only worry, so we need Amoongus. I'm gonna go Amoongus Excadrill here. No Tyranitar, no Dragapult, but Hitmontop's gonna be really good. Even if Hitmontop does nothing, it's an Intimidate. So that's all you really need. Alright, Incineroar. Primarina is the lead. I'm afraid because I feel like they're going to turn 1 Dynamax that Primarina and be really... Oh my gosh, it's got hair in my eye. I feel like they're going to Dynamax that and be super duper obnoxious and try to KO my Hitmontop, which I don't want because clearly, like I said, they're so weak. They're so weak to Hitmontop. So we're going to switch to Amoongus, and I'm actually going to protect turn 1. Weird as that sounds. Yeah, they're taking a while to think about this one. I could see a Fake Out come out into either of my Pokemon. Like I said, I'm so certain that maybe they don't Dynamax, right? But not Dynamaxing is so risky. I feel like they do just Dynamax and hit my Hitmontop slot. If they don't Dynamax, we're definitely seeing a Moonblast come out, but only time will tell. They just go for a Hyper Voice. Okay. They Hyper Voice with the Primarina and Will-O-Wisp into my Amoongus. Well, I'm maxing now. We're going to Airstream the Primarina and Spore Incin. I believe I take whatever hits come at me with Amoongus, so they are right now forced to Dynamax and max Starfall. That or they're just crazy. They switch Incin out. Maybe it's Rillaboom? No, Excadrill. Okay. See, so we're getting the Airstream off on Primarina, and we're getting a Spore off on Excadrill. We don't know if they're Dynamaxing yet, because Dynamaxing takes like 30 seconds. Any day now. If they Dynamax, I'm a little afraid. If they don't Dynamax, I think this game's over. They don't Dynamax. Okay. Oh, that is Assault Vest. So, we hit their Assault Vest Primarina with our Airstream. As they do Moonblast, don't special attack drop me. Oh my gosh. We Spore the Excadrill. Cry. The one Moonblast, the 130% chance, can he get it? Obviously. So, we're going to do it again, except I'm going to Giga Drain Primarina. We need to go Fast Amoongus. It's Fast Amoongus time. It's so sad. I got special attack dropped, and in my head I went, I don't want to get special attack dropped again. Should I max guard? It wasn't even a question of, do I want to max guard to, like, you know, position or whatever. No. It was because I'm so confident in my opponent hitting me with the Moonblast and special attack dropping me again. That's sad. Oh, I spored. I thought I Giga Drained. Whoopsies, lying to the viewers. So we did Spore Primarina. I guess I was. I didn't even notice. I was so subconsciously afraid of getting special attack dropped. I knew I needed to Spore the Primarina. Alright, me. Well, now I'm gonna Giga Drain. And Airstream. Excadrill trying to protect again. Failing it. With the +3 speed on Amoongus, we maybe outrun the Excadrill. I don't know what speed we hit. I'm doing some math real quick. If we hit 60, we have to hit 61 speed, and then we'll outspeed the Excadrill. If our Amoongus does not hit 61, we do not outspeed Excadrill. We do, however, outspeed that Tyranitar for sure. Yeah, we definitely outspeed Tyranitar. We definitely outspeed Incineroar. I think I always switch out Togekiss here. What I'm going to do is we're going to Spore Tyranitar and switch to Hitmontop. See, this team supports Amoongus so much better. So much better. You got a lot of anti-fire. You got a strong opener that puts on pressure while Amoongus spores. It's a much better Amoongus team. Hopefully it can help me get my rank back. Hopefully. So they're Dynamaxing. Is this Exca or Tyranitar? I really don't know. I could see either. It is Exca. Is there a chance they stay asleep? I don't know what turn they're on. They might actually stay asleep here with Excadrill, which would be weird. Very, very weird. Okay, Tyranitar protects, actually. Tyranitar going to be protecting. Excadrill stays asleep. Honestly, I respect my opponent Dynamaxing. I think it's a crazy... Remember when I was saying don't play like you're going to be haxed? Max turn sleeping is not... It's in your favor to wake up instead of sleep on the last turn. So, I personally would have also Dynamaxed, just like my opponent. Now, Hitmontop is much more useful than a Togekiss will be at this point in the game. So I'm going to Spore the Tyranitar slot and actually switch out back to my Togekiss. As you can see, my opponent recycling that Intimidate, trying to make me do less. Well, I respect it, and I'll do you one better. I'm going to switch out too. I didn't want to do damage in the first place. So Excadrill waking up and Steel Spiking. Is it into Amoongus? It is into the Togekiss. Like I said, I don't care. You can have it. You can have this Togekiss and another if you wanted it. Obviously, I don't have two to give away. But Togekiss is literally valued at $0 on the market at the moment. Excadrill also turns out to be Life Orb. A very cool tech. I know we used it last episode. Didn't work so well, but still pretty cool. Alright, so Incin goes to bed. I think the play is to go back to Hitmontop. Even though my opponent has a defense boost, I still do want a close combat. Also, I mean, come on, it's an Intimidate. Intimidate is so good on Excadrill and Incineroar. So we're just going to close combat Excadrill. I got no reason to do anything else. Incineroar, sorry, my bad. We are close combating Incineroar. I got nothing better to do. And sporing Excadrill. The only other play would be maybe protecting Amoongus, but I see no reason. I think we'll live anything he throws at us, and should easily be getting a nice, good old Spore off on the Excadrill. We don't live it well. I'll be honest, we don't take that as well as I'd want, but we easily do take it. So, Excadrill going back to bed. Excadrill's very tired today, apparently. And we're close combating. It should do about half. Yeah, because he's +2 defense. So technically it's not super effective if you want to look at it that way. So I would expect a close combat to do about half to something as bulky as Incineroar. So. Amoongus barely hanging on. Very close. I do think we want a Giga Drain. I debated switching out the Amoongus, but at this point we should be good enough to win. Because we've got our own Excadrill in the back, and our own Excadrill should just win this, so we should be good. So I'm going to take my turn the way I want, and I'm going to Giga Drain the Excadrill. They're thinking. This is one of those classic moments. I have nothing to say because I think that there's nothing to think about. I don't think my opponent has any thought process here, as I don't think they win. But they decide to take the full 45 seconds, and Exca stays asleep, obviously. Amoongus with that +3 speed is actually faster than Hitmontop, which is funny. Not too surprised. Hitmontop taking out Incineroar. Easy peasy. So what I'm thinking is, most likely right now, my Hitmontop is very threatened and could get knocked out here, but I don't want to respect that. I'm at the point in the game where I don't think I need to respect my opponent's options. Maybe there's a lose con where what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Giga Drain and close combat. Maybe there's a world where I lose this game. because I didn't switch out a Rage Powder. But I don't think there is. Excadrill wakes up and Iron Heads. Okay, I think the only way we lost from that board state is if my opponent woke up and Earthquaked. Which I have Wide Guard, so I could have played around it. Like I said, there was always counterplay. So I guess I did have better options, but in that situation, I still feel fine about it. What we're going to do here is I actually have Wide Guard on my Hitmontop, like I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Earthquake, and I'm actually going to Wide Guard to just prevent my Hitmontop. What I would say is this Earthquake here, this Wide Guard, is technically just clicking Protect. And maybe on the off chance Hiei goes for Rock Slide or Earthquake, we should still be good here. So I go for Wide Guard. The only way we lose this is if we lose a Speed tie and he doubles up on my Excadrill. But there is no chance now. We go first, hitting the Excadrill, knocking Tyranitar down pretty low. We do activate a weakness policy, but listen, I know I made some mistakes last week with the team. One of the biggest mistakes, undoubtedly, was running non-Sash Excadrill. Like, come on. Excadrill is just so good with Focus Sash. I don't know how I ever doubted it. I really don't. So, Sash Excadrill coming in clutch. I mean, it's funny. I didn't even mean to, but we Wide Guard his Rock Slide. So, Wide Guard being such a good move that it provided a protect from my own Pokemon and my opponent's Pokemon. So, really good stuff coming out that game. So, 2-0. Much better than last episode, or the episode before that, or the episode before that. We were on quite a losing streak. I mean, we ended with a win, but there were a lot of losses in there, unfortunately. But I'm glad we ended, a little bit better today. So, I'm excited to use this team. I think it's a lot better than the last one. If you want the Pokepaste, it's down below. Rental will be coming out most likely after tomorrow's episode. And we should be using this for about 3 episodes, I think, total, including this one. So, as always, don't forget to follow all my socials. Stay updated with all the cool content we're doing. Go check out Twitch. Some cool stuff. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as always. I hate saying it, but it's just necessary at this point. But anyways, thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Pokemon content.